We've crossed the threshold with Odysseus. He's making his way through this extraordinarily wealthy palace. He gets over close to Arete and Alcinous, the queen and the king. The fog lifts from around him, and he makes his lunge, and he grabs the queen's knees. That seems kind of strange. This is bizarre behavior. Why is it that someone just walks up to someone else and grabs hold of their knees? Well, he's engaging in a Greek custom that gives him instant status as a guest friend. To grab hold of someone's knees makes you their suppliant, and they then owe you guest friendship, and they owe you the kind of hospitality that is required of a great Greek person to give to someone who's one of their guest friends. Now, to become a guest friend is a good thing. It entitles you to all kinds of stuff of your hosts. If your hosts are good hosts. If your hosts are bad hosts, you never know what you're going to get. But good hosts demonstrate how good they are by their hospitality. This hospitality is not just any kind, it's a special, overwhelming kind of hospitality. In Greek, they gave it a special word. It's called xenia. They're written in the Greek characters. If you want to try to pronounce it, it's xenia is just fine, as if it starts with a Z. Or to get even a little bit fancier, you can pronounce it with x sound at the beginning, xenia. Think of taxi without the ta at the beginning, xenia. And this gives you, it labels a custom of extraordinary, overwhelming hospitality. If a person washes up on someone else's shore, the other person whose shore is being washed up on owes that guest who is a stranger to their household overwhelming hospitality. Now, the hospitality is not just giving the person a drink of water, patting them on the back, and sending them on their way. It is something that is a sacred right. It's an important central component of aristocratic Greek behavior. Visitors are thought to come from Zeus, we hear in Book 7. Suppliants' rights are sacred, we hear. The prominent Phaeacian in Book 7, pages 184 and 5, sets down and lays down the whole law, saying, we've got to watch out for this guest. We've got to be really nice to these guests because that's a sacred duty of ours. The need to be hospitable was also mentioned by Nausicaa to her maidens on page 175 in the Fagles translation. She's saying, come on, we've got to be nice to this person. We've got to make sure that we give some hospitality here, food and whatever we can, because it's necessary. These strangers come from Zeus. Zeus oversees this whole region as a further marker of just how important it is. Now, the hospitality is thought to answer to a scale where always more is better. The more lavish, the more extravagant you can offer gifts you can offer your stranger, the more you're practicing xenia. And also at the same time, conversely, the more you demonstrate yourself to be one of the great people that's capable of giving all kinds of great stuff to someone else. So it's performative as well. You demonstrate your own status by your ability to give lavish gifts. So you might start with food and a chance for the person to wash themselves. Then there'll be new clothes and a bed, and why don't you stay with us? And we'll hold a massive feast for you. We'll slaughter many dozens of expensive animals. We'll hold games in your honor. We'll invite people from all around our community to come in the tens and hundreds to join us in celebrating you, stranger, whoever you are. And take 100 golden tripods if you like. And why don't you marry my daughter and come and inherit my kingdom? These are all things that you're supposed to do on the scale of xenia. You just offer overwhelming stuff to the person to the point where it's almost embarrassing. Too much is better than enough, and the more you do, the better person you are. So all of this is happening while at the same time we don't get anything back from the stranger. Notice what Odysseus' obligations are. Zero. He's just there to be willingly entertained, fed, taken care of, flattered, cajoled, be the center of attention. That's all Odysseus has to do, is go along with it. He's under no obligation at all. In fact, it's so extreme, his lack of obligation, that they don't even bother to ask him his name. They don't even know who he is up through Book 8. Only at the close of Book 8 does King Alcinous think it's now appropriate after the extraordinary hospitality has been lavished on the guest, does he at this point think it's appropriate even to ask our stranger's name? Now, so what is it about Xenia? Why this kind of hospitality? It's probably answerable best by a single word: trade. Remember that Mediterranean Sea we looked at the beginning of the class and talking about it as a corrupting sea, bringing all kinds of ancient cultures together? Well, it's true that in cultures that are going to benefit from mutual trade with one another, having a cultural plank in your cultural platform that says that you ought to treat strangers really well, that helps grease the wheels of trade for all the cultures involved. And the Greeks surely benefited from this, and the demonstration of overwhelming hospitality was at the same time a way to ensure that people thought that your shores would be friendly ones and would look at you kindly as trading partners. Extremely, extremely valuable thing for people to do. So we've seen Odysseus now already put his wits to use in regaining his powers of speech and persuasion. He got himself a pair of clothes. He's now worked himself into a center of what is going to be a very powerful society that's helpful for him. He gets hold of the Nice, which now has earned him instant suppliant status from these people that are clearly capable of giving him everything that he needs. And now we're going to watch him piece together in the rest of books 7 and 8 the kinds of things that he needs next, which is food, a safe, secure place to recover, a chance to rest, a chance to recharge himself, and then eventually also a conveyance home. The Phaeacians are going to be Odysseus's link, not only back into human society and to giving him a chance to rebuild himself, but they're also going to be his link back to Ithaca.